Hello guys, and welcome to another guide. Today we'll be talking about the Mithril Powder. I know I'm a little bit late to this, because the mining updates already happened like a long time ago. All the changes, the removal of the Mithril Powder from the crystal hollows and things like that. I know, but I haven't seen a video talking about the method that I use for Mithril Powder Grind. As you can see, I have Hotm 10. Okay, so I am editing this right now, and forgive me the stroke that I'm having in this moment. Like, literally. I don't know what's wrong with my diction, but yeah, let's go back to the video. That's first thing. And I have core of the mountain maxed, and I do have 7.6 mil mithril powder, and the additional 181,000 mithril powder on me. And I haven't seen anyone recording talking about the method that I use, so I want to talk about it because I found it really efficient and I think it's really the best. Most of the people are talking about, grinding the events, the powder ghasts, the goblins. These are also good, but no one talks about just mining mithril because no one thinks it's really worth something. But there's a method you can use that is very effective. I'll even do a 15-minute test to see how much powder you can get in 15 minutes and then how much you can get per hour. So, first things first, we gotta talk about the requirements for this. So, and unfortunately, to do this grind, you have to be like at least hard mountain 7, just because of the powder buff perk. Here it is. So that's the first requirement. Possibly, if you can, if you've been grinding, if you just don't wanna, if you never grind the mithril powder and you just, been grinding Heart of the Mountain tree, then Heart of the Mountain 8 is much better, and even possibly if you wanna make some more money, the Heart of the Mountain tier 9 is also even better in terms of money. And speaking about the money, there's also a specific amount required for you to have before starting this grind, because you gotta have some gear. We'll go over gear later, but you gotta have, and this is quite funny number for somebody, you have to have like 69,420,000. I'm not even kidding. The calculations I ran went to 69,440,000. So I rounded it up and I just, excluded the random 20k. So this is 69,420k you're going to need to start this grind. So you've got your Heart of the Mountain tree. Let's just say it's level 7. You got your 69 mil. What you should do with it. First things first, about the Heart of the Mountain, there are a few perks that you're gonna need for sure. And this is mining speed, because you start with it, then mining fortune, then titanium and sanium. This is really important. This perk is really important for later. I recommend, if you don't have much mining speed, I recommend going for precision mining and mining speed boost. Also, efficient miner is very important. Sky Mole is also important. And the powder buff. Those are like essential perks you're gonna need for sure. And additionally, if you have more, how is it called, token of the mountain, if you have more of them, you can go for speedy mineman here for additional mining speed. If you're Heart of the Mountain tier 8, you should also go for the strong arm perk. If you only care about the powder, you gotta have as much mining speed as possible. If you also care about the money, you should also have Fortunate Mineman and Metalhead, because as you can see, this gives the Metalhead and the strong arm gives like speed and fortune for dwarven metals. And if you mine to the mines, if you go all the way to this guy right here, you have here dwarven metals, and as you can see, mithril ore is right here, and that's why you need it. You need also Sky Mole for, as you can see, I got like 50 plus 50 mining fortune, but the best perk you can have from Sky Mole is the plus 15% more powder while mining. Also the speed, the fortune, and the times 5 titanium drops are also good. The minus 20 pickaxe ability cooldowns is also good if you're using mining speed boost. If you care about the money, don't care about the speed, go for the Maniac Miner, because it is really, you know, just plus 1000 mining fortune for 30 seconds, but you gotta have a lot of mana for this. So for that, I recommend going for Shaded, the Reforged Stone, so that you can have as much fortune as you can. So that's all about the Heart of the Mountain. I'll just talk about how much powder you have to drop. I recommend going for level 30 with mining speed. This will cost you around 246,000 Mithril Powder. Then the mining fortune will cost you 288,000 Mithril Powder to get up to level 30. Then the efficient miner will cost you around 764,000. You have the exact numbers on the screen, as you can see probably. Titanium Insanium to level 30 will cost around 338,000. And also I will do just a quick comparison with the level 50 with maxing out every single of these perks, yeah? But if you can max out all of these perks, I don't think you should be powder mining mithril. Like, it's just not worth it. Also, that's all the mithril powder you're gonna need. It comes up to... Oh, and also, I forgot. You have to have Core of the Mountain upgraded. I think it's up to level 4. So you can have the +1 base mithril powder when mining mithril. I don't know how much it counts, but it is still important. This is still more powder that you can get. And overall, it comes to 1.7 million almost, plus the additional 150k mithril you're gonna spend on the Core of the Mountain, and 200,000 gemstone powder you gotta spend on the Core of the Mountain. If you went with my advice and upgraded, for example, maxed the Speedy Mineman, it is additional 3.6 mil gemstone powder, and the Fortunate Mineman is exactly the same. And maxing out Strong Arm up to level 100 is 1.2 mil Glaciate powder, but if you go for level 60, this is 242,000 Glaciate powder. So, summing up, if you're beginner, you should have 1.6 mil Mithril powder, around 1.7 probably. If you're not, you should have additional 8 mil gemstone powder and around, I don't know, 500,000 glaciate powder, something like that, if you have the mountain tier 9. Remember, this is only 242k. If you want to go for this also, this is probably like the same amount to go to level 10, I guess. And that is all with the Heart of the Mountain. Now, the gear you should have. I recommend at least a Sorrow armor. Why Sorrow? Because Divan is too expensive, okay? And probably if you're gonna buy Divan armor, is gonna already have Jaded on it, and you don't want to change this Reforged Stone. Why do I talk about changing the Reforged Stone? Because the Reforge that you want to have on your Sorrow armor is dimensional. As you can see, I got... Wait, there's no gemstone in the chase. I don't know. Okay. The dimensional Sorrow set. Why dimensional? Because of this one little perk. Titanium ore drops plus 10 mithril powder when mined. That doesn't sound like a lot, yeah? But you got 4 pieces of this armor. So 4 times 10 equals plus 40. If you have with the powder buff, it is plus 60 even, because it is plus 50%, yeah? So it is a lot, and with coming up upgrades, it's gonna be even more. So the next thing you wanna have is Mithril Drill SXR326, because as you can see, it grants plus 40% mithril powder. And in the cost, I included the 20 mil you gotta pay to buy it off the auction house, but it will be much less. For example, if you try to forge it, it will be, you know what, I will warp to forge, and I will show you that to forge this tool right here, which is the Mithril Drill we're talking about, you gotta have the Mithril Drill 226, the Golden Plate, and the Mithril Plate. So you need golden plate, mithril plate, yeah? And you need this. This is pretty cheap, it's 5 mil. It costs 3 refined mithril, fuel canister, drill motor, and yeah, so fuel canister costs 700,000, drill motor costs, I don't know how much, let me check real quick. I have some in here. Yes, the drill motor costs around 4.4. I calculated 4.4 mil. The refined mithril you gotta have for this drill costs 600k, and that's times 3, that's 1.8 mil. And then you'll need golden plate and the mithril plate. And the golden plate is really the cheaper one. It costs 2.5 mil, and the mithril plate is really expensive, costs 7.8 mil, I think. And in total, it comes out to 17.2 mil. But you gotta spend the 4 hours forging the item. As you can see, I'm already forging the drill just because I want to do the test later and I don't have the drill and I don't want to just drop money on something I'm not gonna use. So I found like a few plates I had and I'm just forging it. So in total, it comes out to 17.2 mil if you forge it yourself. If you're grinding plates all by yourself, the total is even less. I didn't calculate if you grind it yourself because I just didn't want to. Now that you have your mithril drill 36326, I guess, yeah, 326, you're gonna need an item that is even more expensive than the drill itself. It is the spicy goblin omelet. The spicy goblin omelet, where is it? Is it drill parts? This is here. Spicy goblin omelet. Earn plus 20% powder from all sources, and it is expensive. It costs 27 mil, 27.4. So yeah, it is expensive. You craft it from 96 red goblin eggs, flawless ruby, and the goblin omelet. And the most expensive part is probably the 96 goblin eggs, because they're the second rarest, I think. If you cannot afford the spicy goblin omelet, that's fine, but at this point in the game that you need to grind mithril powder, you should already have this money. Then the next thing you're gonna need is some equipment. So you can go for, where is it here? You can go for the least expensive option and the most expensive option. You can even use the mithril equipment. I use titanium because I can afford, and you should have a reforge on it, which is called Royal, and you get Royal from buying, where is it, the Dwarven Treasure. As you can see, it's free, basically. Oh, and I didn't mention the reforge stone you gotta use for the dimensional reforge on your Sorrow set. The reforge you have to use is this one, Titanium Tesseract, and as you can see, it costs 1.4 mil. Okay, so you got armor. Wait, let me just put it on. You got armor. You got your drill. I just equipped this. Okay, yeah. You got armor, you got drill, you got equipment. What's next? Almost the last thing, you're gonna need an at least legendary mithril golem. As you can see, mine is mythic. Yeah, it's mythic. But the legendary one also have the perk that you have to have. So it is plus 20 mithril powder from all sources. The last thing is honestly a pretty small thing, but it also does count. Wait, not here. This is here. I have to go here. When you go from mines to, where is this guy? This one right here. He can sell you pumpkin powder effect plus 5% mithril powder for 60 minutes. 5% is also not a lot, but if you want to max out, get the powder pumpkin. And as you can see, a mithril, I'm not gonna read this thing. My English is not that good, but it is a mining event, and I'll show you in a bit that it is worth doing them. So you talk to Gary, you warp here, you have to mine in the Ramparts Quarry. You have to do these events because they give you a lot of powder for not a lot of work. If you have your Mithril Golem equipped and the Royal Reforge on the equipment, you get additional plus 40% from the mining events. So in a minute, we'll see just how much powder I can get. Okay, the event ended. Oh, my all even upgraded, cool. And I got, it shows here I got 7,840 mithril powder, but my powder went up a little bit more. I got 14,000 mithril powder just from mining mithril for a minute or two. So you have to hold your probably mithril jewel, the spicy goblet, you'll get even more from mining events. Okay, so now we'll go over to the test that I'll be doing, the 15 minutes just mithril and titanium mining with the gear that I showed you. Okay, so guys, as you can see, I got my mithril drill, I got my sorrow set, I got my mithril golem, I got everything. My Hotm mountain tree, plus 150, 30% more powder. I got max mining speed, max titanium insanium, I got precision mining. This is very good, honestly. 42 mining fortune, 83 efficient miner. This does not matter. I don't have sky mole, you should have it unlocked, but for the purpose of doing this test, I won't be using that. And you should also have, where is it, powder buff. I'm using manic miner, fortunate mineman maxed, speedy mineman maxed, and the strong arm level 77 and metalhead level 18. I got almost 5,000 mining speed, 800 mining fortune, and also dwarven metal fortune 90, and there should be also dwarven metal speed plus-ish, plus 385. So let's just get straight into it. Okay, so I had to re-record the last part of the video where I calculated profit because the video crashed, I don't know. And so, you can make up to 400,000 mithril powder per hour and 8.7 mil coins per hour. That is from mithril and titanium. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit.